yeah, I mean, there's no problem with science. I'm not saying change science or throw out science. I'm saying that we're talking about two different types of knowledge. Stan Rosenthal, I think that's his name, did a great interpolation of the Tao Te Ching, and in his intro to that interpolation, he had a really great explanation about the different knowledge of strawberries. You can, if I want to tell you about strawberries, teach you about strawberries, you can, I can refer you to an encyclopedia article and, have their Latin name and maybe how to grow them and even, maybe recipes for preparation of strawberries. I could give you a map or written directions to a place to find strawberries or even to go pick strawberries. And those are all different types of knowledge, but none of them, not a one, includes what strawberries taste like. You would have to go and taste a strawberry to get that. And I think those are the different types of information that we're talking about, and that's really what I'm talking about when I'm talking about seeking God, seeking the divine, and attempting to understand the ground of being. So I hope that makes some sense. He also said if. It's a small if with all the evidence that God exists. Well, first off, again, we're talking about evidence. We're talking about something that we're really not going to find evidence for because it's beyond our scope of knowing. But we deduce the existence of God by the fact that things exist, and since God is the ground of being, then God is present. You say that we're going to keep looking, or as we keep looking, wouldn't it be better to not believe? No. It's better to accept the fact that the ground of being is present and proceed on the notion that we are seeking something that does exist. I don't really understand the idea of looking for something that doesn't exist. Okay, we've been talking about abiogenesis in some of the videos recently. Okay, the creation of life from non-life. We have to assume that happened, that the null hypothesis, that life arose here on Earth, that's true. And we are going to look everywhere under that assumption until we find the evidence. We found none to date, but we've got some really good ideas. Okay, similar to that, that's what I'm talking about in our search for God. We assume, because of the line of reasoning, that God exists. And remember, that's kind of a contradiction because we're talking about the ground of being, but we're using metaphor, so grant me that. Reference my arguments in my odds video about why it's okay to use metaphor. Because we use it every day. We say the sun rises. The sun doesn't really rise. It's orbiting galactic center from our standpoint. Okay, so metaphor's fine. We talk about that all the time. You can go to a room in your house called the bathroom. That's more of a metaphor. You're not really going to take a bath there. Okay, so language doesn't have to be precise for us to get the meanings. It's kind of my point there. Okay, so that's why. That's why we can keep looking, even if we're only using this metaphor, because the metaphor is all we have. We're talking about something that's unknowable outside of this metaphor. Okay. Yeah, belief based on evidence. Why do I believe? Yeah, I guess that's really the answer there. That's why I believe, and the idea in which I believe. So, and you end your video with "you could be wrong." I'm going to tell you right now, something that I absolutely know to be true is absolutely wrong. I know that, but I can hold those conflicting ideas in my head and not have a problem with that. I happen to know that some scientific knowledge that we have, some bit, is complete bullshit. It's completely wrong. But that doesn't stop me from believing in science and using science every day. And the same way, yes, some idea that I have about the divine, some idea I have about the ultimate reality, some idea that I have about the ground of being is wrong. I don't have any problem knowing that. Now, I don't know what piece of science is wrong. I don't know what piece of my theology is wrong. But I know it is. The odds are staggering that Mike Sarno is going to be correct about everything. I do not have that much hubris that I can say that I'm right about everything. I know that I'm wrong about something, but that doesn't matter. I don't know which part I'm wrong about, and I'm going to keep looking until I'm proven wrong. And you know what? Prove me wrong, because I want to be right. I don't want to be right by badgering you into believing that I'm right. I want to be right because I'm right. So, thanks for your video, and thanks for watching.